Hello, you beautiful people. So I have some rather, I guess, big news for me. Some of you guys may care, some of you may not, but I have decided to cut my hair. For most people, they cut their hair regularly and it's not really a big thing, but besides small trims here and there, I haven't actually cut my hair in 4 years now. Like this, I mean, my hair was probably down to here or so. I just decided to kind of take it all off, and a lot went into that decision. For those of you that don't know, I am a practicing Nordic pagan, I guess, is my kind of, I don't normally toss that information out there, although I do have some students that are under me that I teach them about it. And if you guys have any questions on what exactly that means, I'd be happy to make a video about that, but that's not what this video is about. It's about why I did what I did and why it's a big moment for me particularly. But first and foremost, at least religious and spiritually speaking, in the Nordic kind of religion, culture, faith, Vikings, all of them, there was two main reasons why they cut their hair, and they kind of mix a little bit. But one of them was for war or battle purposes. They would cut it just enough so that if they were fighting, they wouldn't run into any issues and get their hair pulled or beard pulled and end up dying due to an enemy grabbing their hair. So they actually created a hairstyle which is more or less popular today among some groups of people, where it's shaved all the way around the sides, and then they have the like ponytail on top that's really like tight and kept close. Some of them did braids, but usually in battle that wasn't super common, although it was possible. It wasn't common because, you know, even if you're shaved all the way around, if you have this braid on the back of your head that someone can control you with, it can easily result in things not going too well for you. But the second one, and more important, is kind of like a rite of passage or a big change in one's life. And yeah, that's more so where I feel like I'm at. I'm not really going to battle anytime soon, but over the last 4 years, I had been kind of struggling with this connection to who I was. Not in the most deep sense. Like, I know who I am as far as, like, my values and virtues and morals and drawbacks. I keep a pretty decent record of those things and try to keep them close to my heart so that I can improve or continue to do the things in which that I'm good at, or, you know, improve or stop doing the things that I am not good at. That's not the right way to put it. The things that I do that are not beneficial to me or the people around me, pulling back on those things. So I try to keep a good record of those things mentally. And I'm human, just like everyone else, obviously, so sometimes I don't do the best at that, but there just felt like this crescendo, I guess, in musical terms. I don't even really, I just felt like I reached this point where I was kind of stuck. Things weren't moving forward, but also I felt like something big needed to happen in order to kind of change that. And in a lot of these cultures, your hair represents your spiritual kind of connection, growth, power, and all that stuff. And I felt like a lot of my spiritual connection was kind of rooted in some, there was some disease there at some point. And although some of the things I did really well, other things I was really not doing well. And part of it was willpower and not having the willpower to kind of overcome it, which, you know, sometimes us as humans just run out of energy, whether it's being overwhelmed from the things around us or not really wanting to look at ourselves too closely in the mirror. It really depends case by case, but there was just something that I felt was just like weighing on me, and I was just kind of sitting, and all of a sudden I just kind of had this realization that, like, I gotta do something to break this. And I want to conquer it on my own, although I'm willing to accept help, of course, but I wanted to conquer it on my own. And so to do that, I kind of was thinking about it, and my hair popped into my head. Is like, I've been growing this out for 4 years, and when I started growing it out, my connection to spirituality wasn't clean in any way. There was things that I was doing well, but the origin of it, how it kind of kept going, the places that I was frequenting, which I thought were good at the time, aren't who I am anymore. So I'm not sure if so much of this is a big step in a different direction, or if it's more of a rite of passage from me finally moving from that kind of like boyish understanding of spirituality to wanting to move forward towards the more older, wise understanding of spirituality. I'm not saying that I'm there yet. I'm not saying that I was a boy and now I'm a man because I did this. I'm just saying that this was me telling myself, the people around me, and everything, even if I'm not saying it in words, that I am ready to start moving towards being the man that I can be, instead of keep trying to be the boy that I never got to be. Not that I can't play and do the things that I want to do, but and do the things that I never got to do, or, you know, be a fucking freaking goof, or whatever it means, that whatever the parts of me that are still kind of like childish and need to be nurtured. But I also, like, I want to be more than that as well. I want to be someone that people come to at some point, and some people already do now, but, you know, I want to continue to step more into that role of someone who guides people, whether through one-on-one sessions or just people being around me in life, or through these YouTube videos, whatever it is. And the only way that I can do that is if I step more into the type of person that I want to be, not the type of person that other people want me to be. I think that was one of the things that I was separating from with this whole transition. A lot of my early life was me trying to be the person that other people wanted me to be. And as I've gotten closer to this point, I've moved towards this kind of ideology of, I don't want to be the person other people want me to be, so I'm not going to be anybody, instead of really looking at, who do I want to be? Because I know who I am, but what do I want to take all that is what I am and bring it to who I want to be? I'm not sure if I'm going to grow my hair back out. I'm not sure the impact this is going to have on multiple portions of my life, although I don't particularly care. I feel like this was really important for me, actually. I actually had to go to I had to go to two places to get my hair cut. I had a salon cut my hair off, thinking that was gonna like get the job done, but then I realized I looked like I had a pixie cut, and it wasn't really what I was looking for. So then I went to another place to get my hair cut. Luckily, I'm in Peru, so both shops costed like, you know, $25 put together, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, and then I got like a little bit more like this kind of style, something that I'm confident walking around in. But even when I was walking around and I wish I had a photo of it, but I also kind of am glad that I don't. Even when I was walking around with that pixie cut that I had, I felt very confident. I felt like it was the right decision. And I know some of you are probably watching this video being like, well, who cares? This kid cut his hair. Yeah. I guess to some people on the outside it might seem that way, but for me it was a really big moment. I was actually in the salon chair when they were cutting my hair. I was crying a little bit, which I actually don't normally do, which is kind of a problem in and of itself. But like, I don't know if relief was the right word for what it was. I don't know if sadness from grief. I don't know if it was both. I don't really know what it was, and I'm still kind of processing that, but there was definitely an intense emotional reaction to the point where it got me to lose a couple tears, which even when I'm really sad, that doesn't happen. So it was also kind of a big kind of sign. The last thing that I'll say on this, that kind of, I had a moment of doubt before, as anyone does when they start to step into a new big transition. But a song started playing from the Beatles that I used to listen to with my parents when I was in, I don't know, I was like 5 or 6, maybe younger, maybe a little older, but around that time period. And we had this red van that we'd all get in together, and we go to like places. It had like a little trucker radio in it, and yeah, I think of that moment those moments of like when I had the most support from my parents. Not that my parents aren't supportive in their own ways, but that I just, from when I think of my parents being supportive, it was in those moments. So when that song kind of came on, it was like almost like I had that connection, or like that feeling of like my parents also being there and being like supporting me and taking that step. Although our relationship isn't the same anymore, and they didn't verbally say it. It was like an energetic thing, I guess. I'm not sure. I always feel weird talking about this stuff on camera though, because part of me is like, wow, I sound insane, and the other part of me is like, these are really important things about ourselves that we don't talk about enough. Because you don't need to talk about spirituality all the time, but there was a lot of deep spiritual things that happened for me recently, and I feel like it's important that I share that with the people that I speak to regularly. Yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at. I was going to take some videos of me outside, but this felt like a really important topic for me, and I didn't want to be distracted. Any more distracted than I already am, I guess, on a normal daily basis. So, yeah, here I am. This is me. And if my hair in the thumbnail was the thing that was keeping you from watching, I guess I'll see you the next time one of my videos goes really well. If not, this is the new me. And I guess we'll see if I grow my hair back out or if I keep it short or what. But I'm enjoying it short for now, so I think I'll keep it this way for at least a little bit. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. I wish you all the best, and I will see you very soon.